tree. 10 questions every chef wants to know.
Right.
HP or ketchup?
In truth, neither. Ketchup's too sweet for me. I like tomatoes. I like cooked.
What do you have on your bacon butty, Shaun?
I have lots of butter and very good bread.
Fantastic.
Or a fried egg, or mayonnaise. But they're both too sweet for me to go with the
Okay.
salad, isn't it? Yeah.
Coronation Street or EastEnders?
Oh, Coronation Street. I mean, Coronation Street has humour.
Yep.
EastEnders has suppressed violence. And I mean, Coronation Street is moving on. Do you remember Soap? There was a program
called Soap, yeah,
which had wonderfully ridiculous Martians landing, things like that. It's heading that direction. Season 5.
Fantastic. Marco or Gordon?
Marco to cook and Gordon to run things. So Marco, some of the best food I've ever eaten was at Harvey's when Marco was cooking there. But I have to say that I haven't been as knocked out by the restaurants that he's had a hand in.
Yeah.
Whereas Gordon Ramsay, that aubergine, the food is very good. The food is reliably good at all the offshoots.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. What's the biggest cowboy trick you've ever seen?
Where do you want to start?
With the biggest one.
I have seen lots of small birds cooked, roasted in the friture before now, and I think that's quite grim to do because I don't like juicy food.
Yeah.
But it's only one on a whole plateau of unpleasant things I've seen done to food, and that's apart from the illegal things done to food for customers who are unpleasant.
If you weren't a chef, you'd be a...
more vagrant, probably. I would have gone into some form of journalism. My father was a journalist, and my brother was a journalist. I have spent lots of time writing for different papers. It's not something I find difficult. It's a wonderful opportunity to pass off opinion as fact.
Very true. The last book you brought was?
Last book I bought, it was, I'm afraid it's not a cookery book. Is that all right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no. It's the last book you brought.
Was something called Suite Française, which is a memoir from somebody who went to the gas chambers in Auschwitz. It was meant to be 5-part thing in southern France, of getting out from Paris to the... But I read lots and lots of books.
Fantastic. That sounds really interesting.
Well, I quite enjoy it.
And the last CD you brought or downloaded?
CDs, you see, here you're on difficult territory, and I don't want to appear other than a man of the people. But I actually quite like opera, and
nothing wrong with that.
And so Bach's cello suites was the last one I bought.
Fantastic. It's lovely to bring a bit of culture to the staff canteen, Shaun. Honestly, it really is.
I hesitate to say that it might need it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We're very lowbrow.
Well, I have to apologise. Most chefs like to pretend that they live off
dance music
and dance music.
No, absolutely.
So you have to look quite sad that if it's not your cup.
No, not at all. The best meal I've ever had was at...
Well, it's not. It's a place in northern Switzerland called Fischersalp. It's still going, and it's once a year. It's an odd mix. It's a family Swiss firm. They've been going for generations, and the current owner and chef spent 10 years in Hong Kong and does the best version of fusion food. Overdone thing, but the best version that I've ever tasted. And once a year in November, they have a fish buffet. This is for a place that's a long way from the nearest ocean in Schaffhausen in northern Switzerland. And it is spectacularly good. You have about 10, 15 courses of fish done completely different ways. To the extent that every Christmas Eve, which is my big Christmas meal, I attempt to reconstruct it or something like it. Having maybe a bit of deep fried sole with a dip, then a bit of caviar on a rösti, then a bit of fish soup, or a consomme with scallops in it, and then moving on to a little bit of red mullet with maybe anchovies and rosemary sauce, and you plough through. It's easy to eat, and it's just a joy to see
Fantastic.
what different treatments there can be for what's just one side of what we cook.
Brilliant. And the very last question, the most influential chef in the UK in the last 30 years was?
Last 30 years?
Yeah.
That's a difficult one. I think it probably was Marco. More so than... I mean, I'd like it to be Fergus Henderson and Alistair Little and people like this who's food. But I think the biggest changes, and amongst the biggest changes, was the sort of self-respect and confidence that it gave to food here.
Fantastic. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cooking Towers for the live draw of